Hi, my name is Debbie Pepin, and I'm here to talk with you about a subject you'd prefer to run out of the room about, and that's death. But please, just give me a few minutes. Death we don't talk about, and yet it's a part of life. We're not born with an expiration date on our buttocks. We have no idea how long we're given on this planet. It is therefore important that as we talk about all the stages in life, we include death so that we can better be prepared to live our life as passionately and purposefully as possible. I was very impressed to read an interview with David Crosby, the musician, who has a new documentary coming out in a couple weeks, July of 19, called Remember Our Name. And he says he believes his purpose on this earth is to leave the earth a better place. But he says he has so much music still in his head, he's frantically trying to get it all out before he dies based on some medical issues, and therefore he has kept his passionate purpose. Willie Nelson, Rolling Stones magazine, a month or two ago, gives an interview about how come he's still passionately pursuing music. And though he gives some great philosophical responses, he also, of course, attributes it to weed, marijuana. There are stages in life. There are stages that all of us are going to go through if we're lucky enough to live that long. There's your childhood, there's your teen years, there's your post-high school years and decisions on what you're going to do with yourself. There's the first career. There's relationships, there's a second career, there's buying property, there's making decisions about child rearing, child raising, there's next careers, there's what do I want to do with my extra time, there's more education, and then there's retirement. And we kind of end it like that. But why? I mean, the truth is, we don't have an expiration date. We know we're going to die. It's one thing I am absolutely sure everyone listening to this video has in common with me. Death is coming. We just don't know when because of that lack of an expiration date. So if that's true, why don't we purposefully plan for it? Because we don't want to talk about death. So about 10 years ago, I was given the legal responsibilities of 3 parents. And those 3 parents, each one of them refused to discuss death. But Mom, what do you want if? Oh, that's never going to happen. I don't want to talk about it. Dad, what are we going to do if? Oh, I hate those subjects. And at some point in time, I was able to convince them the need for some of those obligatory topics. And I think this happens to a lot of people. They finally say, okay, I'll do a will, or I'll make sure my IRA is worded correctly, or I'll talk to you about where I want to be buried, or what I want done with my dead body. But let's not talk about it anymore. Thank goodness we did that, we're done. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. We have research to prove that the more passionate one is about life, the longer that person will live and live well compared to someone who has lost their passion, lost their purpose. What do we do in our society? We sell more anti-aging products than I could possibly dream of. And the bottom line is, you're still aging. We just have an ageism, discriminatory attitude that is definitely getting in the way of making sure life is wonderful to the end. We don't want to be old. We don't want to look old. We don't want people to refer to us as old. We don't want to be treated as if we're old. And at some point in time, we are. At some point in time, the importance of that elder with all their experience becomes minimized because, oh, they're old. They don't understand X. Well, that's not really very helpful, and it's not true. In the case of the 3 parents that I had responsibilities for, in 2017, they all died. Up until that time, as a long-distance caregiver, I was either on a plane, I had a phone planted in my ear, I was calling 100 people, but I felt totally incompetent. I tried to do the best I could do, guessing what they wanted, and I never felt I quite got it right. As a catharsis, after their death and the details were all taken care of and all those things, I decided to write a book in hopes of helping people in similar situations. How about helping yourself? How about helping yourself get your head around death? Helping those of you who are caregivers, helping those of you who love someone who you know might be ready to have the conversation, because planning is the way the best lives are led. In my book, I'm trying to make you laugh. I'm using all these stories of what these three individuals did, said, went through, so that you can see that you're not alone. That what you're feeling or what you're experiencing or what you're seeing has similar strains to what I experienced with these three people. And I hope that by seeing these anecdotes that I then put facts to, and then in turn put in research and resources, that you'll be able to get your hands on a ton of additional resources and references that are out there but very hard to find. I was unable to find them. I'm aghast each time I touch a new piece of research, a new free thing available thanks to our internet, and I didn't know about it. And I was trying so hard. So I'm hoping to help you in your life, in the lives of people you love. Plan for a life to the very end, whenever that can be. Now, what am I supposed to do? A guide for purposeful aging. Thanks for listening. Thanks for thinking about this.